And we're seeing this anti-West sentiment over and over again. This example in the UK, Oxford University scrapping its St George's Day event, but hosting an Eid dinner instead. The Telegraph's reporting on the banquet to mark the end of Ramadan, replacing the formal celebration of England's patron saint, which stretched back decades. I mean, this is just a tiny example, Douglas, but we have that happening right here in Australia, where there is this reluctance to celebrate our national holiday, Australia Day, but every other celebration, well, that's embraced.
That's absolutely right. It's astonishing. They'll fly the flag. They'll fly any flag on Oxford Street in London apart from our national flag. You know, the LGBTQIA plus weird fringe of a lobby recently came up with a brand new pride flag, which is one of the ugliest things ever. But no sooner had they invented this ugly flag with a sort of triangle pointing into a weird anyhow, the point is, no sooner they come up with this genius marketing ploy than that flag was all throughout Oxford Street, all throughout the centre of London by order of the mayor, Sadiq Khan. You know, we had Ramadan lights up across Oxford Street this year, thanks to Sadiq Khan and others. St George's Day, there doesn't seem to have been a cross of St George in sight. And some of this comes, you know, Rita, I mean, you don't know whether to laugh or cry. Some of it comes very close to home. The college that made this decision at Oxford is my old college, Magdalen. And I read this with amazement, because I'm all for being inclusive. I'm all for saying, you know, if we have students of different backgrounds, we'll have you know, they can have a celebration here, the Jewish students here, the Christian students here, the Muslim students there. But part of the point of freedom of religion is that you don't force other people into following your rules. And this decision, not just not to celebrate St. George's Day, but to celebrate the end of Ramadan, is a dinner, the dinner in Hall to celebrate Ramadan. This is where all of the students and the professors have dinner. And I'll tell you a sign that this is about something other than just being nice to each other. The dinner was non-alcoholic. Nobody could drink at the dinner in respect to Ramadan. Now, I can tell you, Rita, having spent a number of years in that institution, the idea of a dinner at my college with no alcohol is absolutely foreign to me. I wouldn't recognize it. I reckon that most people will be in utter shock at that. But the point is that there's a serious thing underneath this. You know, you want to celebrate your religion and not drink, fine. But you know, your religion is not my religion. So if I want to drink at the dinner, I should have the right to do so and not have to change my habits to be in line with your religious beliefs. But this is another example, just the latest, Rita, as you well know, this is just the latest of this thing of, it's all said to be equality, and it's not about equality, it's about something else.
And a lot of it is about submission. That's particularly if you live in a Muslim majority country, as I did for a number of years. Now, finally, I got to touch on this wonderful piece you wrote about the triumph of the brilliant and brave headmistress of the exceptional free school in the UK called Michaelia. I've had Catherine Berbel-Singh on this program. She has just achieved the most remarkable academic results for her students, many of whom come from the most disadvantaged socioeconomic groups, and yet she has been relentlessly attacked. Tell me about this latest campaign against her and her school and her triumph.
Yes, I mean, she set up this school more than 10 years ago. As you said, it's not only incredibly diverse, but comprised of people, children from very deprived socioeconomic circumstances. The school has proved itself in an unbelievable way. It now outperforms almost any other schools in the country. And she has shown, Catherine Berbel-Singh has shown, that you don't need a lot of money to improve education. Goodness knows they don't have any more money than any other school, in fact, rather less. But what you need is discipline, dedicated teachers, and being taught the basics of your what will become your personality, rather than, you know, you've got a magic personality, tell us all about it, you 8-year-old. The school has performed exceptionally. It's demonstrably, all the other schools set up at the same time by sort of leftist doctrinaires have failed miserably, and this school has excelled. They were recently taken to court by a Muslim pupil and her parents, because this school that believes in there being no place for religion in the school said that there couldn't be mass prayers of, I mean, it all connects, doesn't it? Couldn't be mass prayers by Muslim students in the playground. They tested this, they went against the school, and eventually the family amazingly found money, I don't know where from, to take the school to court, and it went all the way to the High Court. Catherine Birbalsingh won, and the school won, on the basis that the family knew that they were signing up not to a madrasa, but to a school that wanted to have religious boundaries. And Catherine Birbalsingh won. But all of this is to say there's a very important point here. Why should it be that a school which demonstrates excellence, which has a very clear guiding policy, that has now shown itself in the grade room to be exceptional, why should it be that it's that school that is attacked not just by some Islamists and so on, but by leftists, the teaching unions, the Labour Party, and others? Why do they attack this school instead of saying, hey, this is so amazing, we want every school to follow this, we want 1,000 Michaelo academies in the next 5 years? They do it, Rita, because the success of Catherine Birbalsingh shows the failures of her critics. There is school after school that has tried the left-wing approach to education, and the one that says that you shouldn't have discipline because discipline is bad for the pupils and stops their free expression, and much, much more. No, she has shown up the left-wing trade unions and others to be utterly incapable and inept. And it's not an issue of money, it's an issue of ethos in the school. So I say 3 cheers for Catherine Birbalsingh, which she should never have been put through these trials, because she's an utter hero.
She is an absolute hero. The trials she went through just to get this school up, because they tried to stop her even before the school began. And the results, as you spoke about, extraordinary, and her students are happy. They love her. They love the school. And it's all about back to basics learning. It strips out the indoctrination. It's about teacher-led learning, not the students letting the lunatics run the asylum. And it works, surprisingly, well, not surprisingly, it works. Douglas Murray, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for your time this evening.